For the last 50 years, the entire world of computing has been built on silicon. We shrunk machines from the size of a room to the supercomputer in your pocket, all by making electrons dance on a tiny chip. But that dance is slowing down. The switches can go no smaller. The heat can burn no lower. We are slamming into a physical wall, a point where electrons can no longer keep up with our hunger for more data, more AI, more everything. So, what if the answer isn't to push electrons harder? What if we replace them with something that moves at the universe's ultimate speed limit? Perhaps the future of computing isn't written in silicon at all, but in light. Progress in computing has always meant one thing: making transistors smaller. Moore's law predicted that the number of transistors we could cram onto a chip would double every 2 years. And for decades, it was true, until it wasn't. We've reached the post-Moore's law era. Transistors are now just a few atoms wide, brushing against the very limits of physics. Electrons, once obedient, now leak through barriers. And worse, the wires they travel through are choking on their own traffic. Imagine a crowded hallway, every person an electron. They shove, collide, and slow each other down. This is what happens inside your processor. Resistance builds, generating heat. And that heat is the silent killer of performance. Data centers, the digital brains of our world, are already consuming around 1.5% of all global electricity. With the explosion of AI, demand is set to more than double by 2030. Some AI clusters already use as much power as 100,000 homes. The truth is clear. The electron, the foundation of modern life, is becoming a bottleneck. The dream of endless scaling is slowing down, and the costs, both in energy and heat, are suffocating our progress. We need a new path forward, and that path is paved not with electrons but with light. Light behaves like nothing else. Where electrons crawl through wires like cars stuck in traffic, photons glide. They carry information as waves without resistance, without friction. We already use photons for long-distance communication. Fiber optic cables carry the internet across oceans as pulses of light. But when those signals reach a data center, they hit a wall. We convert them back into electrons to process, adding delay, burning energy, erasing many of light's advantages. The dream of photonic computing is simple. Stop converting. What if data could be processed while it's still in the form of light? Here's where photons become revolutionary. They have no mass, no charge, and they don't bump into each other the way electrons do. They move effortlessly through tiny pathways called waveguides, generating far less heat. But their most extraordinary trait is color. Light comes in many shades, and each can carry independent streams of data. With wavelength division multiplexing, we can send dozens of colors down the same waveguide at the same time, each one a separate lane on a multi-lane superhighway. Electrons give us traffic jams. Photons give us rivers of data flowing in parallel. This is the promise of computing at the speed of light. But how do you actually build a chip that thinks with light? You can't just shine a flashlight on silicon and expect it to run AI. The answer is silicon photonics, a brilliant compromise. Instead of discarding decades of semiconductor infrastructure, engineers are building photonic components on top of silicon wafers. These photonic integrated circuits, PICs, carve microscopic highways for light directly into the chip. A photonic chip has 4 essential parts: lasers to generate light, waveguides to steer it, modulators to encode data by changing the light's properties, photodetectors to read the results. By arranging these components in complex patterns, we can perform the same mathematical operations that drive everything from your phone to massive AI models, but faster, cooler, and with parallel power electronics can't match. And because they can be fabricated using the same CMOS processes we already use for silicon chips, photonics can scale up production. Major foundries are already dedicating production lines, a signal that this technology is not a distant dream, but on the edge of going mainstream. For years, the missing piece was memory. Light could compute and connect, but it slipped away too quickly. Without memory, computation is a voice that vanishes the moment it's spoken. The breakthrough came with microscopic resonators, rings designed to trap light like a glass holding a note. By coating them with special phase change materials, researchers created devices that could not only guide light but store it. For the first time, light could remember. Data no longer had to leave the photonic domain for storage. It could stay inside, processed and preserved together. This solved one of computing's greatest bottlenecks. Studies show nearly 80% of a chip's energy is spent not on calculation, but on moving data back and forth between processor and memory. With photonic memory, that endless shuffling vanishes. Light can think and remember in the same place. This isn't just theory. A growing ecosystem of startups and universities is racing to turn these ideas into reality. Lightmatter has built a photonic processor that accelerates real AI workloads with hybrid cores combining light and electronics. Celestial AI is reinventing chip-to-chip communication with optical interconnects that burn a fraction of the power of NVIDIA's NVLink. Ayar Labs and Lightelligence are pushing photonics into supercomputers and data centers. Even China's Tsinghua University has demonstrated chips thousands of times faster than top GPUs for specific AI tasks. And with co-packaged optics, photonic links sitting right beside processors, lag and energy use drop even further. This is why the bold claims, 1000x faster than silicon, aren't just hype. For certain workloads, especially in AI, photonics is already showing glimpses of that future. But revolutions aren't easy. Photonic chips face real obstacles. Size. Photonic components are limited by the wavelength of light, making them larger than transistors. Packing density is harder. Thermal sensitivity. A tiny temperature shift can throw off delicate optical alignments. Manufacturing complexity. Integrating lasers and detectors into silicon wafers adds cost and difficulty. Memory bottleneck. Despite breakthroughs, storing light efficiently at scale is still a work in progress. So silicon isn't disappearing overnight. Instead, the near future is hybrid. Electronic where it's strong, photonic where it shines. Despite the challenges, momentum is undeniable. The impact of this shift goes far beyond social media feeds or faster phones. Drug discovery could accelerate as protein folding simulations run in real time. Climate research could model storms and oceans with unprecedented speed. Autonomous cars could process sensor data instantly, making split-second decisions. Telecommunications could unlock networks with bandwidth we can hardly imagine. And critically, photonic chips could cut the energy footprint of AI and data centers, giving us a sustainable path forward for intelligence at scale. This is not another incremental step. It is a fundamental shift, as big as the leap from vacuum tubes to transistors. A new medium of computation, from the electron to the photon. For decades, we trusted electrons to build our digital world. We pushed them to their limits, but their journey is ending. Now, we turn to light. Massless, effortless, and moving at the cosmic speed limit. The rise of photonic chips isn't just about speed. It's about possibility, faster answers, deeper intelligence, and a future that doesn't burn itself out in the process. The road is uncertain, the race is fierce, but one thing is clear. The future of computing isn't just bright. It's made of light.